Welcome to Pacific Tigers basketball. Tonight, the Tigers welcome the San Diego Toreros to the Alex G. Spano Center. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dennis Ackerman, and it's the third game of a four-game homestand for the Tigers. And they look to revenge a 10-point loss at San Diego on New Year's Eve. Something we'll certainly have to give tonight, as Pacific has lost 4 straight. Meanwhile, the Toreros, they come in riding a 2-game losing streak. Let's go ahead now and look at the starting lineups. First for San Diego, as announced by head coach Cindy Fisher, who's in her 18th season. Wearing number 0 is Kira Okri. She is a redshirt senior. She is their leading scorer at just over 10 points a game. Anaya Kalfani, she wears number 5. She's also a senior wearing number 10. Maya Pace is a graduate student averaging just over 9 points a game. Casey Newbert, she wears number 22. She's a senior as well. She is the team's leading rebounder, and rounding out the starting 5 for San Diego is number 33, Amanda Ollinger. Now they turn the lights down here at the Alex G. Spano Center, and I'll turn it over to public address announcer Eddie Bradford, who will be introducing your Pacific Tigers momentarily.
And now it's time to meet your starting 5 for your Pacific Tigers. A 5'9" sophomore from Inglewood, California, number 3, Hanaya James. A 6'1" sophomore from Inglewood, California, number 14, Elizabeth Elliott. A 5'9" senior from Perth, Australia, number 30, Sam Ashby. A 5'11" junior from Burlingame, California, number 33, Madeline Innes. And a 5'9" junior from Dallas, Texas, number 24, Liz Smith. We also congratulate Liz Smith, the newest member of the Pacific's 500-point club. Congratulations. Your assistant coaches for your Tigers is Anna Subasic, Amanda Brown, associate head coach Amy Starr. Your head coach of your Pacific Tigers is Bradley Davis.
Time for 4th place along with USF, Santa Clara, and St. Mary's. Meanwhile, the Tigers 2-7 in conference play. They are in a 3-way tie for 5th along with Pepperdine and LMU. They are 7-13 overall. The Tigers have lost 4 in a row and 10 of 12 overall. Toreros are an even 500 on the season, 10 up, 10 down. Toreros in their light blue jerseys trimmed in navy blue and white. We are underway, and San Diego wins the tip. Tigers in their all-white home jerseys trimmed in black and red. Black and orange, beg your pardon. Every team in action tonight on the West Coast Conference. We'll keep you updated on those scores throughout the night. Liz Elliott tracks down the first rebound, and a couple of players down for each team. That's Pace getting back very slowly. Right now, the Tigers have a 5-4 advantage. James misses the three-pointer. And we've got a loose ball foul as Elliott ended up on the deck. Newbert nearly tripped over her. Even though Elliott was on the floor, she's going to be whistled for the first foul. Bradley Davis, in his 8th season as head coach for the Tigers, wants an explanation how his player could be on the floor, and she's whistled for the loose ball foul. James, who just missed that open jumper, she's looking to get on track. She was scoreless in the last game out. That was against Portland. I think they're going to go ahead and perhaps review this, and Elliott is going to, she's going to exit. Going to have an early substitution just over 30 seconds in, and Rosie Schweitzer, the redshirt junior out of Australia, is going to check in. They'll go ahead and review this, and Hey, Tiger fans, come join PAF to make a direct and lasting impact on the future of our student athletes at Pacific and beyond. Support our teams and elevate the competitiveness of Pacific athletics. As you take a look at the replay, and it looks like Elliott's just laying on the ground, and Newbert just kind of fell back over her. So getting back to this promo, you can support our teams and elevate the competitiveness of Pacific athletics through the Impact Fund and receive exclusive PAF benefits and access to PAF events. For more information, visit joinpaf.org. Tigers, they are fresh off a home loss last Saturday to Portland. It was 81-67. They have a 5-6 record here. However, they have lost 2 in a row at home, 2 in a row to begin this one, Stan. It began with a narrow loss to Gonzaga. San Diego has also lost 2 in a row. They have a 3-4 record. They are fresh off a 13-point loss at home to USF. San Diego is a very good defensive team. They give up 62 points a game, which is 3rd in the conference. However, they really struggle to score the basketball. They average just 61 points a game, which is 9th in the conference. And then you look at the Tiger numbers, they average over 69 points, and they give up 71 and a half. The 84 points scored by San Diego in the first meeting between these two. That was a season high for the Toreros. So the foul will stand, I believe. Tigers are going to pick up full court. So there is no foul on Liz Elliott. Nice job of the referee crew getting together, and that's Kimberly Hobbs, Sean Martin, and Bree Fields are our referees here tonight. Here is Newbert. She's the team's leading rebounder, trying to get it inside. And now Adams, beg your pardon, that is James down for the Tigers. She's going to be helped up to her feet now, so that's a good sign. And she is going to leave as well. Katie Deaton will come on. She wears number 1. She is a junior out of Wisconsin. She had a season-high 15 last Saturday against Portland. So head coach Bradley Davis having to go to his bench here within the first minute. A couple of subs come on. We'll monitor James along with Elliott, who had to leave. Here's Newbert, drives, cut off, and a turnover. Liz Smith quickly into the front court. Ashby launches a long 3. A little bit too strong. Schweitzer inside. Ennis. Maddie Ennis. First 2 points of the ball game. Maddie's coming off a career-high 11 on Saturday against Portland. That's a nice up and under move and a nice finish by Ollinger, the senior. She's a first-year starter after coming off the bench the previous 3 years. It's a good start for her. She was scoreless in the Toreros' last game against USF. Boy, Maddie Ennis picks up right where she left off on Saturday. She has the first 2 field goals for the Tigers. They lead at 4-2. Nearly 2 minutes gone by here in this opening quarter. Newbert. Ollinger now beyond the 3-point arc. Calfani picked up her dribble. Inside to Ollinger, left hand off the glass. She now has 4, all 4 of the points. And we're knotted up at 4 with 2:15 gone here in the first quarter. Cindy Fisher is going to go to her bench early. A lot of contact, off balance. Jay won't go. However, Liz Smith will go to the line to shoot 2. Melasunga Afuaki, number 21, will come on. She's a freshman out of the Bay Area. San Bruno. Calfani whistled for the first personal. Smith knocks down the first one. 86% free throw shooter. Junior out of Dallas via IMG Academy in Florida. Double digits in 5 out of the last 6 games for Smith. She has a pair. Tigers by 2. Smith picked up her dribble. Good defense from Calfani. Smith can't find anyone. Now finally Ennis with 19 on the shot clock. Deaton driving against Horstmeyer. And they're going to whistle Katie Deaton for a travel. The Tigers pick up full court man-to-man. Calfani easily breaks the press. Working against Deaton. She'll pull it back out. Toreros will run their offense. Inside to Oehlinger, skip pass. Horstmeyer for 3, front iron, no. This is not a particularly good shooting three-point team. They shoot it at just 26% from beyond the arc. Nice move and a finish. Katie Deaton. Scoop shot. Deaton's bounced around a little bit. She began her career at Northern Colorado. Played 2 years at North Dakota State. Oakley splits the double team. Baseline jumper, swishes it home. Oakley's first 2. Tigers trail it by a point. Deaton directed traffic. Now she's going to be whistled for a 5-second violation. Don't know if she was miscommunication between her and Deaton. She perhaps was looking for a screen. Lizzie Elliott's going to check back in. She will replace Rosie Schweitzer. Chanted defense from the crowd. Sean Martin whistles Katie Deaton for her first personal. Here's Oakley. Calfani. Working one-on-one against Smith. Trying to go backdoor into Oakley. And she is fouled by Sam Ashby. That was a nice move by the redshirt senior. Ashby picks up her first personal. Nia James will come back in. She'll replace Katie Deaton. So Kira Oakley steps to the line. Hits the first one. 72% free throw shooter. She had just 3 points in the last game against USF. And she already has 4 here in this first quarter. Toreros lead it by 3. James into the front court. Smith. Ashby left open in the corner. She's missed her first couple of threes. Up ahead is Oehlinger. She is rejected by Elliott. Did a nice job of getting back on defense. Foul line jumper won't go. Elliott, the defensive rebounder, the team's leading rebounder. Quickly up to James. Cross-court pass. Smith for 3. Ashby, the offensive rebounder. She's averaging nearly just over 5 rebounds a game. That is a career high for Ashby. Inside to Elliott. Nice spin move, a little bit too strong. Ashby the offensive rebound, dribbles out beyond the three-point arc. 0 for 3 now. Ennis blocked out of bounds. It'll remain Pacific basketball, 4:15 on the clock. Tigers trailing at 11-8. Maya Pace will check in. Jess Finney wears number 3. She also comes on. Sophomore out of Scottsdale, Arizona. She began her career at the University of Washington, played 2 years there before heading to Southern California. Smith drives, a lot of contact, throws it up. Well, good job, she heard the whistle and then just threw it up. Maya Pace, first personal. Casey Newberg got a quick break. She's going to come back in. Laura Erickstrup, a junior, number 11 out of Portland, Oregon. She's going to come on for the first time. So both coaches substituting freely here in these first few minutes of this opening quarter. Cecilia Holmberg comes on for the first time for the Tigers. She wears number 11. She's a junior out of Sweden. Averaging over 7 points a game on this season. 1 out of 2 for Smith. And on the break is San Diego. Hesitation by Finney off the glass. Boy, that is a nice looking move. Finney comes off the bench and pays instant dividends. And the San Diego lead is 4 with just under 4 minutes to play. Ashby trying to get it inside to Elliott. She's double teamed. Knocked out of bounds. Diamond Richardson comes on for Pacific now. Richardson, the sophomore out of nearby Sacramento. And a driving layup. 2 points for Cecilia Holmberg. Riley Davis getting some good production from his bench. That's 4 points here in the first quarter for the reserves. Newbert inside. Gets her own rebound, puts it back home. Newbert's first 2. Very good rebounders. Got around 6.5. Holmberg inside. Well, somebody got lost defensively for San Diego, and they left Holmberg all alone underneath. Nice pump fake and laid it in. The deficit is 2. Elliott down in the lane. Looked like that was Erickstrup for San Diego as well. Here's Finney. Newbert inside, and they're going to say she traveled. Liz Smith comes back. Rosie Schweitzer returns. Ashby, along with Elliott, exit. James. Inside to Schweitzer, who was being fronted. Well, Rosie lost her footing, threw it up, hit the bottom of the rim. Now it's a 2-on-1 for San Diego. And the finish, Calfani. That is a nice dish from Finney. And Calfani a little bit too aggressive defensively, and that's going to be her second personal. Horsemeyer will quickly come in and replace her. They had to get the foul corrected with the public address announcer. There is James. Holmberg. Off balance shot in the lane, won't go. Rebound comes right back to her, takes it strong to the hole, goes glass and puts it in. Cecilia Holmberg has 6 points here in this first quarter. She averages just over 7 on the season. Going to be a blocking foul against Liz Smith, just her first personal. Ollinger will now come back in. She'll replace Eric Strupp. Here's Horsmeyer working at the elbow. Pace, a hesitation dribble. Skip pass, Finney, a corner three, in and out. Horsmeyer with the offensive rebound. This is a very good offensive rebounding team. They average right around 14 a game. Quickly coming out of the pack is Richardson. Smith, step back, long three, back iron. Schweitzer tracks it down, lays it up and in. Rosie Schweitzer lays it in, and we're all knotted up at 17. Schweitzer's in double figures 2 out of her last 3 games. James up ahead, Richardson off the glass, lay it up and in. That is now 12 points off the bench for this Tiger reserves. Anthony Davis getting some outstanding production here in the first quarter, under 50 seconds to play. Ollinger's going to launch a 3, front iron. Back down by Horsmeyer. She missed the bunny inside, but gets her own rebound. San Diego will reset, 15 on the shot clock. Horsmeyer gets the screen. Newbert beyond the arc. Here's Finney now, screen from Newbert. Finney lowers her shoulder, kicks it out to Horsmeyer. That three-pointer barely grazed the iron. They can hold for the last shot, can the Tigers. They nurse a 2-point lead. Smith will back it out, getting instructions from head coach Davis. Now down to 7, here's Smith. Down to 4, tries to go behind her back. That'll be on Casey Newbert, her first personal. That'll be the 4th team foul with 2.9 seconds left. Oakrey's going to come back in for defensive purposes, replacing Jess Finney. Smith will trigger it in with 2.9. Here is James. Holmberg will shoot it. Air ball. 10 minutes in the books. A very entertaining first quarter. The Tigers leading Toreros by 2 here in Stockton. We'll step aside. Second quarter action coming up your way shortly.
I've always wanted to come here since I was little. I remember I would pass by here when I was younger. We would come and take pictures or come for tours when I was like in middle school. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I was just in shock by the buildings themselves and the history of UOP and the people within it. It was just a beautiful place that I dreamt of. I thought maybe one day if I work really, really hard and I'm truly good at what I do, I might be able to get in, and I'm here and I love it. Hi, my name is Lila Valencia and I'm a fine arts major here at UOP, and this is my art studio.
Welcome back to Stockton. Second quarter about to get underway. The Tigers, the 19-17 lead. Very entertaining first quarter. Taking a look at the leading scores. And for the Tigers, they were led by Cecilia Holmberg. She had 6, 4 for Maddie Ennis, 3 for Liz Smith, and it was 2 apiece for Deaton Schweitzer and Richardson. Tigers basketball to begin this second quarter. Richardson drives, couldn't get it to go. Good move, just couldn't finish. Oakrey now picks up her dribble. Newbert foul line. Dribble and a kick. She's working baseline against Holmberg. 3-ball on the way, won't go. And the long rebound is tracked down by Horstmeyer, and she'll lay it in. That's her first 2. Ollinger led the way with 7 in that first quarter for San Diego. Oakrey had 4, and there was 2 apiece for Calfani, Newbert, and Finney. Inside to Schweitzer. Boy, that was a nice dish by James. Schweitzer now with 4. James tied for first in the West Coast Conference, averaging just over 5 assists a game. Pace with a hesitation dribble. Pace drives on Richardson, picks up the dribble. Newbert, top of the key jumper. Too strong. Schweitzer with a nice box out. Quickly ahead to Richardson. It's 1-on-2. She'll wait for some help. Now she'll pull up. And the long rebound was last touched by San Diego. It'll be Pacific basketball. Now Ashby's going to quickly check back in, as will Katie Deaton. James will leave along with Richardson. That first quarter, San Diego shot just under 39%. They were 1 for 5 from three-point land and 1 for 2 from the foul line. Looking at Pacific's numbers, they shot over 42%. Schweitzer has the first 2 points here in this, taking part in the first 4 points in this second quarter. The nice 2-man game, and Schweitzer, an easy layup. She has 6. Well, that is great defense from Liz Smith. Last touch by her, however, nearly came up with a steal. In that first quarter, the Tigers shot 42% overall from the field. They were 0 for 6 from behind the line, and they were 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. Liz Smith took all 4 attempts. Pace looking for a good option. It is Oakrey. Now she gets a screen. Again, trying to work that 2-man game. This time the pass is a little bit out of the reach of Ollinger. Goes out of bounds. Turnover. San Diego had 2 turnovers in that first quarter. Deaton. Swing it around to Holmberg. Just inside the 3-point arc. Rims out. Horstmeyer. Oakrey now. And another turnover. And it's a 3-on-1. Ashby. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Well, that is a nice job defensively by Oakrey. Stopped a 3-on-1. That's the second personal on Ashby. Schweitzer will leave. 6 points in this first half. Erica Adams will come on for the first time. She's a junior out of Oakland. She wears number 20. Coach Bradley Davis has used 5 players off his bench so far. And they have produced a total of 14 points. Smith coming up with a steal. Oakrey. Here's Newbert now. Newbert. Nice mid-range jumper. Our first 2 points here in the quarter. She had a good shooting performance in their last game against USF. She was 7 for 8 from the field. Deaton creates some space. Can't get the friendly roll, however. Strong rebound from Carr. Arsamron Carr, number 23. She's a sophomore from India. She has now come on for San Diego. Here's Horstmeyer. Inside to Newbert. Nice touch. Back-to-back hoops for Casey Newbert. She has 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. Senior out of Elizabeth, Colorado. Holmberg inside of 10. Spinning jumper, and she knocks it down. Holmberg leads all scorers with 8. She was a starter earlier in the year. She's now a key reserve for head coach Bradley Davis. Oakry knocking down the 3. Oakry is one of their better three-point shooters at 35%. The second one of the half for San Diego. Meanwhile, Pacific has yet to connect beyond the arc. And the Toreros back in front with just over 5 minutes to play. There's a good rebound there from Pace. She's into the front court. Newbert drives, poked away by Ennis. It'll remain San Diego basketball. We've got a timeout on the floor, 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And let's go ahead and keep it here. Tiger fans, make sure to follow your Tigers on social media at Pacific Tigers through our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. Get the inside scoop on what's new in Tiger athletics. And don't forget the next Pacific women's basketball game will be right here Saturday against the BYU Cougars. That's 2 p.m. and it will be Youth Day. The first 250 fans in attendance will receive a Pacific Tigers foam paw sponsored by Amy Scriven DDS. Make sure to wear orange as we get set to orange out Spanos. Taking a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Number 17 Gonzaga at the end of the first quarter. They're down 3 at home to LMU. Meanwhile, Pepperdine leading Portland by a point. That one's in the second quarter. And BYU and St. Mary's about to get underway. That is a 6:30 tip. Tiger fans, don't miss your chance at Pacific Athletic Store. New monthly offer with 20% off all performance wear through January the 31st. Visit PacificTigers.com to get your order in today. Here in Stockton, the visitors lead it by a point, 5 minutes to play. And both teams return to the floor. San Diego starting to heat up. They're shooting now nearly 46% from the field. Meanwhile, Pacific has cooled off to 40%. They are 0 for 8 from beyond the three-point arc. Coming into tonight, the Tigers were shooting it at 33%. Rebounds pretty even, +1 on the boards for Pacific. San Diego basketball. Finney, who has checked back in. Kyrie. There's Pace now. Shot clock down to 7. 3 on the way, yes. Oakry. Back-to-back 3. She's our first player in double figures now with 10. The lead is 4. Deaton, crossover. Sydney Ward, who just came on, had it poked away, and it's a turnover. Foul line jumper, yes. That is Carr, her first 2 points. Biggest lead of the game now for the Toreros at 6. Whistle stops play. Oakry's first personal. First team foul. Ward and Adams will leave. Smith. Back it out now. Shot clock at 14. Gets the screen from Elliott. Picks up the dribble, looking for a little bit of help now. Ennis inside at 10. Richardson at 5. She is rejected. I don't know if that was Newbert or perhaps Carr. Inside to Newbert. Trying to go reverse layup, well defended by Elliott. Gets it ahead to Deaton, inside to Ennis. And that Pass will go out of bounds, and will go back over to San Diego following the turnover. Tigers did a good job of protecting the basketball in that first quarter. They had just 3 turnovers. Afiaki will come back in, number 21 for San Diego, as both coaches continue to substitute freely here in a very fast-paced first half. San Diego's outscored Pacific here in this second quarter, 14-6. That's going to be an offensive foul against San Diego. Arsamron Carr whistled for the offensive foul. It's her first personal. They go inside to Elliott. She's quickly double-teamed. Nice pass to Ennis. Rejected inside, but a foul. Carr picks up her second. She picks up back-to-back fouls. And she will leave. Eric Strip will come on and replace her. Ennis misses the front end of a 2-shot foul. Maddie's an 81% free throw shooter, and she misses them both. Now whistle in the backcourt. It happened behind the play, and it's whistled on Denise Richardson. Beg your pardon, Diamond Richardson. Here's Pace being hounded by Richardson. 3 in a row, yes. Boy, Oakry is on fire right now behind the three-point arc. She's got 3 threes here in the quarter. She's got 13 overall to lead all scores. And the lead has ballooned to 9 here in the second quarter with 2:33.
Hello everyone, my name is Isla Shaw.
It's just a 30-second timeout. San Diego has outscored Pacific now here in the second quarter, 17-6. Tigers now shooting under 40% for the game. They are 11 of 28 from the field. Meanwhile, San Diego shooting 50% overall, and they are 4 for 9 behind the line. When these two teams played earlier, San Diego put up a season-high 84 points. Oakry has 13 here in this first half, and if you're wondering what her season high is, it's 18, so she's just 5 away from that. And we still have just 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half. A lot of contact. Oakry's going to pick up her second personal, so that's huge. So Oakry, Calfani, and Carr now all have 2 fouls apiece for San Diego. Horsemeyer, she's going to come back in for Oakry. Richardson will go to the line for 2. She can't get the first one to go. She's an 83% free throw shooter. The Tigers have now missed 4 in a row. Smith missed 1, Ennis a pair. Now Richardson the front end. She splits a pair. Lead is down to 8. Richardson now with 3 here in this first half. Pace recently scored her 1,000th career point. Actually, it came on Saturday. I believe it was a 3-second violation was the call against the Toreros, so the turnover with 2:04. Here's Smith. Doesn't have a field goal so far here in this first half with under 2 minutes to play. Just 3 free throws to speak of. Here's the team's leading scorer, over 13 a game. ends up on the deck, lays it up and in. First field goal, she now has 5. Good finish. Denise Richardson right in front of head coach Bradley Davis, was for her second personal. I think I called her Denise again. I do apologize. Diamond will exit. Pace will inbound. Done a good job against her. She is scoreless in this first half. She averages over 9 a game. Trying to get it inside, well defended by Ennis. It's a turnover, and she leads the 3-on-2 fast break. Oh my goodness, Smith can't finish. Holmberg with a strong offensive rebound, and she's fouled. Eric Strupp, her first personal. As the 15th foul on San Diego. Celia Holmberg will go to the foul line for the first time. A 78% free throw shooter. She now has 9 points to lead the Tigers. Gets them both, and she's the first Tiger in double figures. The deficit is at 4 with 1:20 to play. Finney. Double teamed. Horsemeyer now. Shot clock down to 10. Hollinger, Pace. Horsemeyer at 4. At 2. Does she get it off? Yes. No, they're going to say it's a 24-second violation. Great defense that time from Pacific. And they have an opportunity to cut the deficit to 2, perhaps even 1 with a 3. So Schweitzer's going to hurry up and check in. She'll replace Ennis. Toreros are going to back off. No full court press. Fall back into a 2-3 zone. Ashby gets the screen from Schweitzer. Left all alone. In and out on the 3. Boy, she got a point-blank look at it. Schweitzer with a good offensive rebound. Can't get the putback to go, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line. Ollinger picks up her first personal right now. Toreros are racking up some fouls. Schweitzer to the line for the first time. 63% free throw shooter. Redshirt junior out of Australia. She was a six-sport athlete growing up. 1 out of 2. 1 possession game. Now the 2-second differential from the shot clock to game clock. Finney with the screen from Ollinger. Here's Pace. Schweitzer with the rebound. 5, 4. Smith, can she beat the buzzer? Yes, she can. She lays it in. Liz Smith with the driving layup to end the half. And the Tigers trail up by a point as they'll head into the halftime locker. Don't go anywhere, folks. Second half action coming your way from the Alex G. Spanos Center here in Stockton, California.
Chase Chevrolet has been winning California business
since 1944.
Get a little Stocktonian in you.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Jamie, and we're owners of Smitty's Wings and Things here in Stockton.
As a former pro football player, Steve Smith knows about winning.
Football and business is about teamwork.
When they needed a new Tahoe for their business, a winning drive from the team at Chase Chevrolet was just a few clicks away.
And then delivered our car the next day, so it was very easy. I would do it again.
There's no competition.
Chase Chevrolet.
Buy into it.
exhibited determination in the classroom throughout the fall semester by earning a 3.5 GPA or higher and cementing a spot on the Dean's List. Direct your attention to center court as faculty athletic representative Balint Citere, Director of Athletics Jeanette Lucas, President Chris Callahan congratulate our Dean's List honorees. Our first group represents members of athletic training. Give a round of applause to Renato R.J. Balderrama, Ben Bishop, Brea Carter, Kylie Cast, Tina Doe, Logan Henne, Alondro Jacobo, Emily Liu, Alexandra Lomeli Linkma, Crystal Nunez, Peyton Ressam, Ryan Tamura, and Marissa Trejo. For your Tiger dancers, we have Ali Pham and Serena Yee. And now for women's soccer, we have Veronica Boranowska, Phelan Berkowitz, Aaron Brown, Trianne Cooper, Brianna Crump, Audrey Fuchs, Aniela Jensen, Haley Johnson, Melanie Medina, Allie Milford, Hunter Moore, Reed Morrison, Kaylan Pinkney, and Hannah Robensblatt. Mira Scarcella, and now for men's soccer, Lucas Abrelli, George Jorge Galvin, Corey Johnson, Emmanuel Uladinambor, Samuel Velatis Husa, Avery Whipple, and Ben Martin Wilkinson. We have 3 representing for the men's water polo team. They couldn't be here for tonight's presentation. And now for volleyball, we have Jenna Heller and Darina Kumanova, Megan Nishimura, and Jaden Tubbs. For beach volleyball, we have Josephine Keelan and Jewel Turner. For cross country and track, we have Elizabeth Gardner, Alyssa Hershey, Daly Higgins, Ella Leroy, and Sophia Livingston. And now for men's golf, Alex Barclay, Ian Fritz, Peter Yankic, Hakon Matheson, Maverick Pavlitic, Leonardo Rigamonti, and Justin Ward. For men's swimming, Richard Lewis, Dylan Parenti, and Christian Schroeder. For the women's swimming team, Alexia Ferguson, Jordan Gonzalez, Kelly Karamoyan, Jaden Phillips, Paige Sundergroth, and Annalise Thomas. For men's tennis, Ran Amar, Riley Hillenbrand, and Manroop Sani. For the women's tennis team, they happen to be on the road, and we have 4 representing for the women's team. Congratulate them. Boy, a round of applause. And now our women's softball team. We have Amaya Aponte, Emily Budelli, Ali Capello, Emma Dessel, Ryan Deermeyer, Marissa Fabian, Reagan Hamilton, Jordan Hayes, Asia Lee, Ellie Peterson, and Stephanie Tupper. Fans, we also like to recognize the 12 student athletes on the Dean's List representing baseball who are unable to attend as they currently are on the practice field, as well as the 9 women's water polo Dean's List honorees as they are currently on the road. And last but not least, let's let them hear them from the locker room, the Dean's List honorees for our women's basketball team. Sam Ashby, Elizabeth Elliott, Madeline Ennis, Cecilia Holmberg, Rosie Schweitzer, and Sydney Ward. Fans, one more round of applause for all the student athletes recognized tonight and their continued academic success. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Calvin Boasing. I'm a junior pre-farm student. This is the Don and Karen DeRosa University Center, and it's where we all come to hang out. So let's go and check it out. So this is the dining hall. It's the main place to get food on campus. This is the marketplace, where they serve a wide variety of food. My personal favorites are the burritos and sandwiches. Upstairs is the Lair, another place to get food, and it's open late at night. You can play pool here, and there's live entertainment at the Brickyard stage. If you're looking for something to do on the weekend, there's always something happening at the Lair.
Welcome back to Pacific, where the Tigers trail it at halftime by a point to the Toreros. Dennis Ackerman with you. Go ahead and take a look at the first half numbers for the Tigers. They were led by Cecilia Holmberg's 10 points. She was the only player in double figures for Pacific. Liz Smith and Rosie Schweitzer had 7 apiece. Maddie Ennis had 6. 2 points for Katie Deaton, and then Diamond Richardson pitched in with 1 point. Ashby, Elliott, and James were all scoreless, so 3 starters went scoreless in that first half of the Tigers, but their bench production was outstanding. They outscored San Diego's bench in that first half 33-6. Looking at the first half leaders for the Toreros, Oakry led all scorers with 13. 7 for Ollinger, 6 for Newbert, and then it was 2 apiece for Calfani, Horsemeyer, Finney, and Carr. Maya Pace, their second leading scorer, was held scoreless in that first half. Tigers shot 41% overall from the field. However, they were 0 for 9 from three-point land. And they did a good job of getting to the foul line. They just didn't do a good job of converting, just 7 of 12, 58% from the foul line. Meanwhile, San Diego, they shot it very well, 46% in that first half, 4 for 9 from beyond the arc, and 44%, as I mentioned earlier. They came into the night shooting just 26%. They went to the foul line twice, and they knocked them both down. Rebounding margin, Pacific +2. And then if you look at the turnovers, the Tigers did a very good job of taking care of the basketball in that first half. They committed just 5 turnovers. Meanwhile, San Diego turned it over 8 times. So it looks like the original starting lineups for both teams. However, Diamond Richardson is going to get the start here in the second half for Anaya James. She played just 7 minutes in that first half. Oakry, Calfani, and Carr all with 2 fouls apiece in that first half for San Diego. Meanwhile, it was Ashby and Richardson with a couple of fouls apiece for the Tigers. San Diego basketball to begin this second half. Pacific trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. San Diego looking to snap a 2-game skid. Poked away from behind. It'll remain San Diego basketball. 15 on the shot clock. Don't know if there's an issue with the shot clock or perhaps the game clock. We'll sign up for the Pacific Athletics e-newsletter on the website at PacificTigers.com to stay up to date with the upcoming slate of games and promotions. So they reset the shot clock to 8. Newbert with 4. Inside laying it in is Calfani. They nearly turn it over. They end up getting a layup. Ashby, she is rejected. And I believe she last touched it. Well, she's doing her best to get untracked. She's just been in a slump the last couple of games. Scored a combined 10 points in the first 2 games of this homestand. Prior to that, she's been averaging nearly 16 points a game. 0 for 4 in that first half. All 4 attempts from three-point land. Nice backdoor by Newbert. She'll kick the 3. But before that, they're going to wave off the basket. It'll be an offensive foul. Liz Smith takes the charge. Well, now they're going to say it was a blocky foul because it was inside the arc. So it'll be on the pass, I assume. So that's a second personal now on Smith. So she joins Ashby along with Richardson with 2 fouls apiece. So the question is, was the foul before the basket was made? And it should have been because it was on the pass. Now all 3 referees will get together, Hobbs, Martin, and Fields, to discuss this, but it should be side out for the Toreros. Taking a look at other scores around the West Coast Conference. Gonzaga leads LMU 28-26 at the half. Portland up 9 over Pepperdine. That's also at the half. And BYU leading St. Mary's in the second quarter by 7. And we're We're all caught up. It is no basket. And Bradley Davis wants an explanation. Oakley in the lane, contact, gets it to go. And she'll go to the line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. The foul is on Diamond Richardson. That's her third personal, second team foul. Oakley now with 15. There was 16. Mentioned earlier, her season high is against Nevada. That was 18. She had combined for just 12 points in her last two games, so snapping out of a mini slump in a big way here this evening. The lead is 6. And San Diego scored the first 5 points here in the third quarter. James comes on now for Richardson. James scoreless in the last game and throws it away. Tigers off to a sluggish start here to begin this second half. Newbert rolls out. Oh, she had a good look at it. Ashby into the front court, hounded there by Calfani. There's Smith, a couple baskets at the end of that first half to get going. Elliott with the screen for James. And swings it over to Smith now. Trying to post up Elliott inside. Elliott into the lane. Grabs her own miss. And she's fouled by Newbert. Good work by Elliott. Casey Newbert picks up her second personal. That'll send Elliott to the line. She was scoreless in that first half. Saturday against Portland here, she had 4 points and 6 rebounds. She's just a 51% free throw shooter. Back iron on the first attempt. This is normally a very good free throw shooting team, are the Tigers. 75% coming into tonight. But they are now just 7 for 13 as a team. Make them 8 for 14. As Elliott is into the scoring column, and she will exit. Rosie Schweitzer will come on for her. Full court press now. San Diego breaks it easily. They lead it by 5. 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Tigers in the 2-3 zone. Left all alone is Ollinger at the top of the base. Your pardon, that's a foul line jumper. An uncontested foul line jumper. Her first points here in the second half. She now has 9. The lead is 7. Ashby picked up her dribble, didn't have anyone to pass to. And the Tigers are forced to use a timeout here, 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. Just a 30-second timeout. And during this timeout, you can download the Pacific Athletics app to be able to follow all your Pacific Athletics on the go. The Pacific Athletics app is free through the App Store and is available on all iPhone and Android devices. Tigers men's basketball team is set to return to the Alex G. Spano Center next Thursday, February the 2nd, against the Pepperdine Waves. 7 p.m. tip-off, part of the Coaches vs. Cancer Suits and Sneakers Week. If you can't make it to the game, catch the action streaming on the WCC network and on the radio at Fox Sports 1280 with Zach Bayruti and Bob Thomason. Toreros have gotten off to a good start here in this third quarter. They've outscored Pacific 7-1. And now lead at 41-34 with 7:30 to play here in the third quarter. They continue to shoot it very well now, does San Diego. They're now 50% from the field. Meanwhile, the Tigers are down to 38%. Tigers' big three of James, Elliott, and Ashby combined for just 1 point so far. No changes for the Tigers following the timeout. Same 5 for the Toreros as they take the court following the timeout. It'll be Smith inbounding for Pacific. And the inbounds pass is stolen. Calfani trying to get it to Pace, who went back door. Good look. I think Pace just took her eyes off it and went out of bounds for the turnover. Full court press now from San Diego. Smith breaks it easily for the Tigers. That was the 7th turnover of the game right there for Pacific on this last possession. A lot of contact. Oakrey into the front court. They've got numbers. They can't take advantage. Smith was late getting back on defense. Ball goes out of bounds, but it'll remain Torero basketball. Nearly 3 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. San Diego leads it 41-34. Toreros have put the clamps on the Tigers so far here defensively in this third quarter. Tapped out to Schweitzer. Ahead to Ashby now. Crosses over, knifes into the lane. Up and under, and she's into the scoring column here in the third quarter. And that was a nice move by Ashby. She showed a lot of patience. And the deficit is now 5 for Pacific. Carey. Hollinger. Tied up inside. It should have been something. Allie Davis wanted a jump ball, and I would have to agree with him. Hollinger's the second Torero in double figures. Lead is back to 7. Ashby, scoop shot, yes! So back-to-back buckets for Sam Ashby. Let's see if she can start to heat up. Oakrey. Hollinger working against Schweitzer. Too strong. Smith. That's going to be a moving screen on Schweitzer. Kind of a tough call. I don't think Rosie, she was just running up court, and I think the San Diego player just ran right into her. Holmberg checks in. Ennis will leave for Pacific. Holmberg had a strong first half, 10 and to be exact for Pacific. Well above her average of 7.5. Calfani. That jumper is off from Afi Aki. Loose ball foul against the Toreros. Awi Faki compounded the missed jumper with a loose ball foul. Second team foul on the Toreros. And a steal off the inbound pass, lays it up and in. Another turnover. Pace gets the turnover, gets the basket, and he'll go to the line. Trying to make it a 3-point play in an 8-point deficit. The full court press pays off. San Diego just 3 for 3 from the line. Looking 4 for 4. Pace's first 3 points of the game. Just a 67% free throw shooter. Didn't look like it on that attempt. Can Smith make him pay? Yes, she can. She's in double figures. First 3 of the game for the Tigers, and it comes at the 5:15 mark here in the third quarter. The deficit is 5. It's going to be a kick ball violation whistle against Sam Ashby. Side out for San Diego. Shot clock is at 20, game clock 5:03. Now they're going to nope, beg your pardon. Inbound at baseline, that's going to be an offensive foul. Oakrey, that's her third personal. San Diego coach Sydney Fisher going to leave her in. I think she's asking who the foul's on. I don't know if she realizes that's her third personal. She does, and Horsmile will come in at the next dead ball opportunity. Boy, Holmberg continues to have the hot hand for Pacific. 4 for 7 in that first half. She knocks down her first jumper here in the second. And it's just a one-possession game now. 4:40 to play here in this third quarter. San Diego won the first matchup. They've won 3 in a row against the Tigers. Pace. Second field goal here in the third quarter. She now has 5. She's starting to feel it offensively after being held scoreless through the first 20 minutes. Erica Adams will check back in the next opportunity for the Tigers. James tracks it down. Nice pass inside to Schweitzer, puts it on the ground. A little bit too strong. Ollinger with a strong rebound for San Diego. Well defended by Ashby. We've got an injured Tigers player near midcourt, and that is Liz Smith, and it looks like she's holding her calf. It happened behind the play, so I did not say it. I will not speculate why the training staff and head coach Bradley Davis tend to her. Both teams will head to their respective benches. Tiger fans, don't miss your opportunity to be a Tiger dancer for a day, as our Junior Tiger Dance Clinic will be held on Saturday, February the 11th between 12 and 3 p.m. with the opportunity to perform at halftime of the women's basketball game. That one starts at 4 o'clock on February the 11th. You can visit PacificTigers.com to follow the Tiger Dancers, on Instagram at Pacific Tiger Dancers, and click on the link in their bio to sign up and reserve your spot today. Staff continues to look at Smith. Now she is being helped up. Unable to walk, however, on her own power. San Diego leading it by 5. Outscored Pacific here in the third quarter, 14-10. Let's hope Liz Smith is going to be okay. She has made her way to the bench for the Tigers. So who's going to pick up the scoring slack for Smith? Ashby started to pick it up here. She has a couple hoops here in this third quarter. Cecilia Holmberg has had the hot hand off the bench for the Tigers. She leads the way with 12 points. Smith was the only other Pacific player in double figures. So Adams, Schweitzer, James, Holmberg, and Ashby, the 5 for the Tigers. Horsmeyer, Pace, off Fiocchi. Ollinger. And Calfani are the 5 for the Toreros. Ashby gets the screen from Schweitzer, picks up her dribble. Here is James. Trying to get it inside to Schweitzer. It's poked away by Ollinger, but it'll remain Tiger basketball. James or Elliott are going to have to pick up the scoring slack for the Tigers while Smith remains on the bench. Schweitzer takes it out. Holmberg. Nice pass inside to Schweitzer. Lays it up with the left hand. Schweitzer had an open look in the middle of the key, decided to put it on the floor. Laid it in with the left hand. She now has 9. It's her first 2 points here in the second half. And it's just down to a one-possession game. Can the Tigers get a stop here? Pace. No. Schweitzer with the rebound. A chance to cut it to 1 or even tie it. Holmberg. Adams directing traffic. Schweitzer at the elbow, the foul line. James drives, had it poked away, and it's a turnover. Calfani into the front court. It's a 3-on-3, and she'll back it up and wait for some help. Fiocchi double-teamed inside. Last touched by San Diego. Tiger basketball. Finney checks back in for the Toreros. She'll replace Pace. Newbert will also come back in, as will Eric Strupp. Wholesale substitutions at the 2:40 mark for the Toreros here in this third quarter, clinging to a 3-point lead. Biggest lead so far for the Toreros tonight has been 9-4 for the Tigers. 3 to tie it, won't go. Eric Strupp tracks down the rebound. Eric Strupp poked away, turnover. Adams, 1-on-2, all the way, contact. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Jess Finney, first personal. A good job by Adams. She was aggressive on the attack. Ferrero's defense was not set. Forced the issue, go to the line to shoot 2. Schweitzer exits, Elliott checks in. Adams, 71% from the line this season. Didn't play against Portland. 2 minutes against Gonzaga. 2 scoreless minutes to begin this homestand. And the free throw woes continue here for Pacific. Adams has 1 remaining. In and out, misses a pair. Elliott fights for the rebound. Whistle. I believe it's going to be a loose ball foul against San Diego. It is. Eric Strupp, her second personal. And the Tigers just 8 for 16 from the foul line. 1 for 4 here in the second half. Now Liz Elliott, who was 1 for 2 from the line, that's just 1 point here tonight. Overall numbers are down from a year ago. Last year from the foul line, she shot at 59%, 51% this season. But she gets them both. She now has 3 points all from the foul line. It's just a 1-point game with 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Horstmeyer. Calfani. Won't go. Offensive rebound, Newbert. Elliott's second personal, so Elliott, Smith, Ashby, all with 2 apiece. Richardson with 3. Okri has 3 for San Diego, and then 2 apiece for Calfani, Newbert, Eric Strupp, and Carr. Newbert going to the foul line for the first time here. She has 6 points all in the first half. In and out on the first one, a heartbreak. 69% free throw shooter. Second year with the Toreros after 2 years playing for Hawaii. She's a first-year starter. It's 1 of 2. And the lead is 2. Ashby quickly into the front court. Needs some help. And a good sign, Liz Smith is checked back in. Tiger fans can breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, nice pass inside to Elliott. Lays it in. Gets the basket to go, and she'll have an attempt to give the Tigers the first lead here in the second half. Well, that was a nice catch inside by Elliott. Quickly went straight up, laid it in. And we're knotted up at 49 with 1:35 to play. First field goal of the night for Elliott. She just knocked down a pair for the lead. Back iron. Finney. Ashby with a steal. And we'll say she stepped out of bounds, but that's good defense from Sam Ashby. Fresh shot clock now for the Toreros with 1:24 to play. James is going to return to the floor. She'll replace Ashby. Ashby tells head coach Brantley Davis, she said, my foot stepped out of bounds. Finney for three. Calfani with the rebound. And she's fouled on her way back up. Cecilia Holmberg, her first personal. Addie Ennis. She will come in for Holmberg. Calfani to the line. Calfani, Southern California, Woodland Hills senior. 69% free throw shooter. Drops home the first one. The first-year starter. 1 of 2. And the lead is 1 with 60 seconds to play here in the third. Adams drives. Fall-away jumper, just short. Carr with the rebound. Pace. Tried to go back door, and I think she threw the pass at the foot of Carr. Adams for three. In and out. Ooh, she had a point-blank look at it. She let it go. It looked like it was going to drop. Shot clock is off. San Diego, will they hold for the final shot? It appears they will. With a 1-point lead. Game clock down to 15. Calfani with 10. Finney for three was 7. No. Offensive rebound. Carr, yes. Ooh, and what a count it. So 3 quarters are in the books. The Tigers trailing it by 1 possession. We'll be back with 4th quarter action coming your way. You're watching Tiger basketball on the West Coast Conference Network.
Welcome to the College of the Pacific, where the arts and sciences intersect. I'm Professor Sharmila King, Chair of the Economics Department and the Faye and Alex Spanos Award for Distinguished Teaching. Let me show you around. COP is the liberal arts core of the university, offering courses in the humanities, the fine and performing arts, the social sciences, and the natural sciences. The college champions experiential learning through undergraduate research. You'll have many opportunities for hands-on learning through creative activity, fieldwork, internships, and study abroad. Most of our classes are small, so we're going to get to know each other. I'll see you around campus.
We head to the 4th quarter. Dennis Ackerman with you at the Alex G. Spanos Center. Tigers trailing it. It's been a good one. Taking a look at the leading scorers for Pacific after 3 quarters. Cecilia Holmberg continues to lead the way. She has 12 off the bench. Liz Smith is the next leading scorer with 10. Rosie Schweitzer having a strong game off the bench as well. She has 9, 5 for Elliott, 4 apiece for Ennis and Ashby. And Diamond Richardson has contributed 3 points. Katie Deaton has 2. Oakry leads the way for San Diego with 16. Ollinger, the only other player in double figures with 11. 7 for Newbert, 5 apiece for Calfani and Pace. Horstmeyer along with Finney have 2. Carr has contributed 4 off the bench for head coach Cindy Fisher. For the tie, a lot of contact. Elliott inside, no. Battling inside for it. And it is Calfani who comes away. Skip pass. Finney thought about a 3, puts it down on the floor, leans in, gets it to go. Finney's second field goal. She now has 4. The lead is 5. San Diego finally cooled off a little bit in that third quarter. They're down to 45% from the field overall. Pacific heated up. They're at 42%. Elliott with the basket, the first 2 points here in the quarter. And once again, it's just a one-possession game. A lot of contact. Smith with the blocking foul, third personal. Ollinger's going to quickly check back in. She'll replace Carr. Then he's going to go to the line. She'll shoot 2. 5 for 6 on the season, 82%. Started her career at Washington. Played a couple of seasons up in Seattle. The first 3 points here in this fourth quarter for San Diego. She gets them both. She had a good game the first time out these two teams squared off. She finished in double figures with 10. Ashby in, Ennis exits. James, no, too strong. Boy, she can just not get it going offensively. Through literally the last 7 quarters. It continues to struggle. Tigers down 5. Finney working against Ashby, cut off baseline. Calfani for 2. Quickly ahead to James, crosses over. Behind the back into front court. Hesitation, James won't go. Smith for 3. Finney the rebound when a 5-point lead as we move inside. 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Pace. Calfani. Ollinger for 3. Yes! First 3 in the second half for the Toreros. Ollinger now has 14. And the lead is 8. Holmberg drives, fall away jumper. Short. Finney. Ollinger poked away by Ashby. Good hustle. Get back defensively. Schweitzer, Richardson return for Pacific. And the bench raising Schweitzer goes behind the back. Rosie showed some good ball handling skills. 3 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter. Tigers trailing it by 8. Their biggest deficit was 9. Kind of a silly foul committed by Finney. Not far away from the basket. It's her third personal. First team foul. Each team with 1 team foul. Holmberg. Oh, she had a cutting Ashby. Here's Mister. Richardson bumped, throws it up. And once again, good aggressiveness from Diamond Richardson. Every time she hears that whistle, she just throws it up. She is 1 for 2 from the line. As a team, the Tigers just 10 for 19, 53%. Horsemeyer will come back in for Oakridge. She exits with 3 personals. Richardson 3 points tonight. Back iron. The free throw woes continue for the Tigers. She gets the second one. The deficit is 7. Ollinger, Finney. Boy, a tough screen from Ollinger. Ashby paid the price. Ollinger lines up a 3, in and out. She knew she missed it right away. As soon as she let it go, she was going to follow up her own miss. James ahead to Holmberg, puts it on the floor. Good defense from Ollinger. Nice job hustling back for San Diego. Finney between the legs. Newbert foul line J. Ollinger offensive rebound. Double team, she'll kick it back out. Timeout San Diego. 6:04 to play here in this fourth quarter. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Tigers trailing it by 7. Liz Smith is going to check back in for the Tigers. Taking a look at scores around the West Coast Conference. Gonzaga, the 17th ranked Bulldogs, leading LMU 48-41 at the end of the third quarter. Portland has opened up a 16-point lead on Pepperdine at the end of the third. And BYU leading St. Mary's 35-27. That's midway, beg your pardon, that's early third quarter. Taking a look at our numbers, San Diego still shooting it well from the field, 43%, 5 for 13 from three-point land. And they are 8 of 10 from the foul line. Now the difference right now is the three-point shooting and the free throw shooting. Pacific just 1 for 14 from behind the arc. That is 7%, and they are 11 for 21 from the foul line. So if they normally shoot it where they were at 75%, it would probably be a one-possession game at this point, but they have struggled from the foul line tonight. They have struggled from on the arc. They trail it by 7 with 6:04 to go. They are trying to snap a 4-game losing streak and a 2-game losing streak here at the Alex G. Spanos Center. Torero's looking to sweep the season series for the second straight year. Ashby, Smith, Richardson, Schweitzer, Holmberg is the 5 for the Tigers following the timeout. Pace, Finney, Horstmeyer, Ollinger, Newbert, the 5 for the Toreros. There is Newbert. Pace, whistle. Diamond Richardson, 4th personal, so she's going to have to exit. And she will with 4 points. James will come back and replace her. Out of bounds on the baseline. Horstmeyer runs into a double team, a triple team. Manages to get out of it. Finney and Ashby collide. Finney launches a 3, won't go, but another offensive rebound. That's the 11th offensive rebound of the game for the Toreros. I mentioned they coming into tonight. They averaged 14 on the season. Finney working against Ashby. Great defense from Ashby. Finney might have got stepped on. Tigers got numbers. Smith, oh, rejected. That is great defense from Pace. And Pace will take it coast to coast and lay it up and in. Her first 2 points here in the fourth quarter. She now has 7. Smith, she is fouled on her way up by Finney. That'll be 4 on Jess Finney. San Diego now 9-point lead, ties their biggest lead of the game. Well, if you're the Tigers, this is what you want. You try to cut into that deficit with no time off the clock, but you got to take advantage of these free throws. Smith is 3 for 4 from the line. All 4 attempts came in that first quarter. Back iron. Well, it's contagious when one starts missing, another, and then another, and then another. First points of the quarter for Smith. She now has 11. Schweitzer, a little late. Second personal. Second team foul. Toreros have 3. Calfani. Ollinger. Calfani with the screen. Newbert left wide open, doesn't take the shot. Shot clock now inside of 10. Oakrey thought about a 3. Beg your pardon, that is Pace. Ashby tracks it down. Good defense from the Tigers. Ashby had it poked away from behind, but it's going to be a foul. Kylie Horstmeyer, that's just her first personal. That's the 4th team foul. So one more, and the Tigers will be shooting the rest of the quarter. 4:39 to play. They updated the Tigers. They now have 3 team fouls. James gets the screen from Schweitzer. James. Smith, corner 3, in and out. Smith had a point-blank look at it. And the 3-point shooting and the foul shooting have been the Tigers' nemesis here tonight. James goes underneath the screen. Calfani. Horstmeyer with the shot clock at 12. Game clock 4:05. Shot clock at 6. Calfani picks up her dribble. Pace into the lane, pulls up. Ollinger off the deflection, lays it up and in. She now has 16. Her and Oakrey are the game's leading scorers, and the lead is 10, the biggest deficit of the night. Smith splits the double team. Jump stop. Tried to draw the contact. Whistle underneath. Ollinger. Her second personal, so now the Tigers will be shooting free throws from here on out with 3:32 to go. Can they take advantage? Schweitzer is 1 for 2 from the line. She gets it. She's now in double figures, and for the 3rd time in the last 4 games, Rosie is in double figures. She gets them both. 2 big free throws right there. So it's an 8-point deficit. Smith trying to poke it away from behind. Fouls Pace. 4th team foul. And that is the 4th personal on Smith. I think at this point, head coach Bradley Davis has no choice but to leave her in, roll the dice. Trailing by 8 with 3:31 to play. James will pick up full court. And James commits a silly foul way out. That's her first personal, but that is the 15th foul. Someone's that far away from the basket. Calfani's 1 for 2 from the line. She has 5 points here this evening. And she misses the first. She's now 1 for 3. Tigers got to do a good job of boxing out. It's a moot point as she gets the second one. The lead is 9. Ashby. Smith. Foul line jumper. Yes. Smith now with 13. Well, you want to be aggressive, but not overly aggressive down near the timeline. And now the clock is the ally for San Diego. 7-point game. Ollinger sets the screen. Pace working against Ashby. Good defense from Ashby. The offensive rebound, they'll reset the shot clock. They'll wisely pull it back out with 2:37 to play. Ollinger. Shot clock now inside 10. Calfani drives, double team. Oh, inside, wide open. Newbert can't get it to go, gets her own rebound and lays it in. So Ennis is called for a foul. I thought she was trying to take the ball in. Was that a loose ball foul? So it happened on the inbounds play. Ennis said, I was simply just trying to inbound the ball and she was in my way. Well, Torero's leading it by 9 with the basketball. 3. And that could be the nail in the coffin. Pace now in double figures. The lead is 12 with 2 minutes to play. James cut off, nearly traveled. Schweitzer working inside. Ollinger with the foul. Schweitzer to the line. Minute 47 to play. Schweitzer with 11 here this evening. One of 3 Tigers in double figures, along with Holmberg and Liz Smith. Schweitzer 3 points here in the quarter, all from the foul line. Ooh. Well, it looked like it rolled halfway down and popped out on her. Now they get the turnover, Ashby. And unfortunately, she gives it right back. Minute 39 to play. We have a timeout on the floor. I believe that was called by San Diego. No, it was the Tigers, so beg your pardon. So that leaves Pacific with 1. San Diego with 3 timeouts. Each team is in the bonus. We have a minute 39 to play. And the Tigers trailing by 11, a tall task at hand. They have been outscored here in this fourth quarter, 17-9. The difference is the three-point shooting, where San Diego is 6 for 16. The Tigers have made just 1. And San Diego, they are 9 for 12 from the line, 75%. Tigers have attempted 27 free throws here tonight. They have made just 15 for 56%. Newbert finds Ollinger. She's fouled in the backcourt by Schweitzer. It's Rosie's third personal. And Ollinger will go to the line. She's played very well. She has 16 points tonight. She came in averaging just 4. This is the first free throw. Her career high prior to tonight was 13. She'd done that twice. Tends to add to her career high total. She now has 17. Homer drives. Will they count the basket? No, they're going to say it was on the floor. She'll shoot 2. Newbert with her third personal. 4 players now for San Diego have 3 personals. Holmberg misses the first. In and out. Misses them both. Nia James picks up her second. We'll step to the line this time for San Diego. It'll be Anaya Calfani, the senior. 6 points here this evening. Give her one more for 7. 3 for 5 from the line. 4 for 6. Toreros continue to pick up full court, even with a 14-point lead and just 80 seconds to go. Ashby will launch a 3. Holmberg will commit the loose ball foul. Now, barring a miracle, the Tigers are going to drop their 5th straight and 11 now of 13. And they will conclude this 4-game homestand on Saturday by hosting BYU. Tigers currently in 3rd place, 6-3 in the standings. Hollinger misses the first. She's missed 2 in a row. And she's missed 3 in a row. Ashby on the run. Ashby fouled. Hollinger picks up her 4th. Ashby to the line. Her first attempts. 91% free throw shooter. Senior from Australia rattles the first one home. She now has 5 points. Two for 2 for Ashby. I believe Oakrey stepped out of bounds on the sideline, far side of the court. So with 63 seconds left, still a 4-possession game. Gotta go. Schweitzer is going to launch a 3. Yes, Rosie Schweitzer. For Schweitzer, that's just her second made 3-pointer of the season. So it's back down to single digits. Schweitzer has 6 in the quarter, 15 in the game. So that leaves San Diego now with 2 timeouts. Tigers still have 1. Once again, both teams are in the bonus. Rosie Schweitzer, she is playing quite well. 13 points in the last game against Portland. 15 more here this evening. Their season high came against Santa Clara. And that was January the 14th, 4 games ago. So now San Diego's called a 30-second timeout. Power Cat trying to get this crowd going, see if trying to get a miracle comeback here with 53.6 seconds left. Trailing it by 9. If you're the Tigers, you need to pick up, try to create some turnovers, see if you can knock down some threes. Made just 2 here this evening. Well, inbound now in the front court. Able to get it in. Oakrey is double teamed. Fourth personal on Rosie Schweitzer. Oakley will go to the line. Oakley was 16 tonight. She had 15 in the first matchup between these two. She can knock both these down. She'll tie her season high of 18. 3 for 3 from the line. In and out on the first attempt. Drops home the second. She now has 17. The lead is back to double digits. Smith trying to go backdoor. Ashby. Holmberg, you got to get something up. Backdoor Smith. She'll lay it up and in. Smith now with 15. And Liz Smith did not get up after laying that basket in. She is down on the baseline. Diamond Richardson's going to check in for her. This is the second time that Smith has been down here this evening. There's head coach Bradley Davis. He's going to go over and check on her. Junior out of Dallas. Spent 4 years at the IMG Academy in Florida. He is the team's leading scorer. And she remains down. Well, the Tigers, they will conclude this 4-game homestand. Beg your pardon, on Saturday. It's a 2 p.m. start against BYU. And for San Diego, and continue this mini 2-game road trip on Saturday. Head to the Bay Area and take on St. Mary's. Training staff continues to look at Liz Smith. Toreros can hold on and win this one. Head coach Cindy Fisher, it'll be her 381st career victory. Number 322 with San Diego. It's going to be the end of the evening for Liz Smith. She's going to make her way back to the locker room with some assistance. So San Diego now is going to call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. That'll leave them with 1. It's an 8-point game. Each team with 1 timeout, both teams in the bonus. Toreros with an 8-point lead. Pacific has outscored San Diego here in this fourth quarter just by 2. Torero basketball in the front court. About a 5.2 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. First things first, you got to get it in bounds. They do. And Pace stepped out of bounds. So with 32.6 seconds, the ball will go back over now to the Tigers. San Diego doing everything they can to keep Pacific in this one. James into the front court. Homer was going to launch one. Barely grazed iron. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. However, the possession arrow goes to San Diego with 19.4 seconds left. Calfani. Oakrey. She runs into Holmberg, and they're going to whistle Holmberg for the foul. And Oakrey, like she's holding her left shoulder. Oh, boy. Third personal on Holmberg. But more importantly, Kara Oakley, her redshirt senior, is down, and she appears to be in some pain. She has had a wonderful night. She has 17 points. Also pitched in a steal. A rebound. And she is up. She appears to be okay. She is smiling, so that's a good sign. She'll be able to shoot her free throws with 14.2 seconds left. San Diego can hold on. They'll move to 500 in conference play and 1 game over 500 overall. So Jess Finney's going to check in. She'll shoot 2 free throws as well for Kara Oakreep. Finney's 2 for 2 from the line. 3 for 3. In and out on the second attempt. Tigers, they got to go, and they got to go quickly. Under 10 seconds to go. Ashby won't go. Holmberg, yes. Whistle stops the clock with 2.5 seconds. Tigers trailing it by 7. San Diego asked for timeout. Well, actually, the Tigers did. That's their final timeout. And it comes with 4.9 seconds left, and Pacific trailing it by 7. And if you're just joining us, San Diego Pacific actually led by 2 at the end of the first quarter. It was a 1-point game at halftime. And a 3-point game heading into this fourth quarter, but it has been all Toreros here in this fourth quarter. San Diego's got it done from the field, in particular shooting behind the 3-point arc. Coming in, they made just 3 per game. They have 6 here tonight. They have doubled their average. Shot at just 26% from the season, but they have been close to 40% most of the night. So the ball be advanced into the front court. All San Diego has to do is get it in. They can just hold it and run out the final seconds. And that is going to do it. Toreros come into the Tigers' own backyard and knock them off by a score of 74-6-7. They sweep the season series. They snap a 2-game losing streak. They improve to 5-5 in West Coast Conference play and 11-10 overall. The Tigers, they suffer their 5th straight loss. They dropped to 2-8 in conference play, 7-14 in overall, and they have now lost 3 straight overall. And we'll have an interview with head coach Bradley Davis coming up momentarily. So don't go anywhere. We'll get his thoughts on this one. Sure, disappointed. The Tigers could not pick up a victory here this evening. But they'll have one more crack at it in this homestand with BYU coming in on Saturday. Coach just to put on his headphones. He's got them on. And we'll go ahead and get started. Coach, 7-point loss, 74-67. Your overall assessment of tonight's game?
Yeah, that's a disappointing one. We go to the free throw line 31 times. We expect to do better than 54%. And, we missed 14 free throws. We shoot 50% on those, and we're right there in that game. It's a tie game. So that's disappointing. I thought the second half we let them back in it by letting them back on the boards as well. They really got on the offensive glass and closed that distance in second chance points.
He also struggled from behind the arc tonight
as
well, which was surprising. 2 for 18, and you look at them, 26% coming into tonight. They made 6 for 16, which was 38%. That was also one of the differences tonight as well.
Yeah, no, they hit the ball. I mean, we gave them a couple open looks, but they hit some open threes, and their bigs hit a couple open threes. We just didn't have a hand up. But we definitely need to shoot better than 11% from the 3-point line 54% from the free throw line.
I thought you got some outstanding production from your bench, a couple of bright spots. Rosie Schweitzer 15, Cecilia Holmberg 14 off the bench.
We did. No, I thought the bench did really well, especially at the post spot. And even the guard spot came in and kind of changed pace for a little bit. And I came down on her shoulder there early, which was kind of the issue with her. And then Liz was just battling cramps all day, and cramps in her legs. And it's, it was a recipe for probably some of her coming up short.
You've lost 5 in a row now. What is the message to this team?
Yeah, it's struggle. This is one we really wanted. When you look at where the standings were, this was a way for us to kind of climb up a little bit, and we missed that opportunity. So we're going to have to make up for it and get one on Saturday.
BYU coming to town, last game of this 4-game homestand. Tough one to finish things out.
Yeah, they're tough. Really, and this is going to be kind of the message from the second half. In order to contend with BYU, you have to keep them off the board, especially Gustin in there. And we're going to have our work cut out for us inside and keeping her off. So it'll be by committee, but that's gonna be huge.
Coach, thanks for the time. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon against BYU.
Thanks, Dennis.
Let's go ahead now and take a look at some final numbers. We'll begin with the Tigers. They were led by Liz Smith along with Rosie Schweitzer, who had 15 points apiece. Cecilia Holmberg, she contributed 14 off the bench. It was 7 for Liz Elliott, 6 for Sam Ashby, 4 points for Maddie Ennis along with Diamond Richardson, and 2 points for Katie Deaton. Erica Adams was scoreless in 9 minutes. Sydney Ward was scoreless as well in a minute worth of play. For San Diego, they were led by Amanda Oliger and Kara Okri. They had 17 points apiece. Maya Pace was also in double figures for the Toreros with 10. It was 9 for Casey Newbert, 7 for Jess Finney off the bench, 8 for Anaya Calfani, and then 7 points for Jess Finney. Carr pitched in with 4. Hortsmeyer had 2, and then scoreless was Afiaki in 8 minutes. And you take a look at the rebounding, which Coach just talked about. It was San Diego +4 overall, and actually Pacific out-rebounded San Diego on the offensive glass. It was +1, but the difference once again tonight was the lack of free throw shooting by Pacific. 17 for 31, 55%, and also from beyond the arc, just 2 for 18 for 11%. Overall, Pacific shot 38% for the game. And San Diego, they shot 43%, 6 for 16 from three-point land, 38%. Not great from the foul line, but good enough, 14 for 22 to get out of here with a 74-67 victory. Don't forget, we'll be right back here on Saturday. BYU comes a call, and that is a 2 p.m. start, and that will wrap up this 4-game homestand. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dennis Ackerman saying so long from Stockton.